What is up, you guys? It's your girl, the real Mrs. J. And y'all, I just wanted to come through. I'm on my way to work. I do go into the office. I go into the office once a week, and today is my day, right? And so, y'all, listen. So much was going on yesterday. I didn't want to do a video until I got all the facts. You feel what I'm saying? Because you cannot go on with what Chrisean be saying. We all know that girl lied. And I caught her in a lie. I caught her in her manipulation. And I'm going to make a freaking short and bust it down and break it down so people can see exactly what this girl be doing. So anyway, before I even get into that, little housekeeping rules first. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, The Real Mrs. J. This channel is being built to support my daughter who is going to college in the fall. So when you subscribe to this channel, you are subscribing to a great cause. All right, y'all. So listen, since I don't have all of my, all of my little stuff where I can put videos, insert videos and all of that, because I'm commuting. So Chrisean comes out because y'all know that first of all, happy J Day. Happy J Day. J Day was yesterday. And when I say J got hers in more ways than one, yeah, we're gonna get to that also. So y'all, first of all, I'm gonna save Jaden's song for another whole video and topic. So BlueFace follows his family. Well, he starts following his mom, and he starts following his family again, right? So Carlissa has shared it and was saying that, thank y'all who's praying for my son, yada yada yada, right? And so then Chrisean gets mad, okay? The whole thing in a nutshell is that she got mad. Let me close it. She got mad at the fact that he followed her. And it particularly irritated her. Oh my God. What the hell? Oh, Lord have mercy, y'all. Let me get my damn heart back in my chest. It was this, listen, I'm in a Toyota Highlander, okay? This man is driving a freaking, like a Ford F-150, and we're on the highway, and it's a 2-lane highway, and he narrowly got past me and got in between me and another car. Y'all, oh my God. When I tell y'all my heart is pumping right now, I am so pissed. This is why people be having road rage and for stuff like this that'll make people get hurt. And then, guess what, y'all? Look, I'm going to show y'all. I can turn this damn thing around. Can I turn it around? Shh. I wish I can't turn my damn camera around. Can't figure it out. But anyway, we ran into traffic. Thick traffic too. Real thick traffic. Because I'm telling you, this traffic probably saving this person's life for real. Because that was reckless as hell. That could have... No, I see him. Still up there doing the same dumb stuff. Y'all, I'ma just fade back because it's not gonna end well for him. I'm telling you, if he keep this up, I'm not trying to wish bad on nobody, but he is really endangering people's lives right now. All right, y'all. So anyway, oh my God. So anyway, y'all. So she comes out and she decides that she wants to tell a story time and put it on her Snapchat and basically trying to air this man out, telling his personal business about how he was broke. Basically, she might as well say he was broke, okay? About how he ain't had no money to pay his bills, and that how basically she was putting it, saying that she basically came back to help him and help his bills because nobody else was helping him. No one else. And so I just found that kind of odd. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that Wax said that he had power of attorney over everything and that he was taking care of BlueFace bills for him. And clearly, I mean, child. But anyways, I don't know. The only way, because we all, thought at one point we all know that Jaden had his jewelry. We do know that. So, but that's the only way that we'll know that story ain't true, is if somebody come out with his jewelry. That's it. But BlueFace has been in jail for almost 2 years. And, I know he's making money, but, somebody said something about royalty checks or whatever, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, who really knows how much money he had? Like, money, when I tell y'all $100,000 is nothing these days, nothing. Not nothing. Even the way I feel is like, once you break $1,000, you ain't got no money after that. You know what I'm saying? So this man been locked up for 2 years. He ain't been making no money, y'all. He ain't been making no money to sustain himself. So that could possibly be true, that he had to pawn his jewelry to pay his bills. And if that's what he had to do, that's what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? But Chrisean did that shit on purpose by coming out here and saying all that. Because nobody, we all just, okay, she on her dumb stuff as usual, or, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I told y'all in my last video that this ain't even about love or none of that. This is about the lifestyle. She got used to that lifestyle. And this girl, so she tells all that stuff, and, talking about how he want to be big shit, want to act like he this and that, and just basically saying he broke, and she just there to help him. That's it. So I guess, BlueFace saw it. BlueFace like, F that, I'm coming out. I gotta say something. Like, I gotta address this, right? So then BlueFace comes out in his video, which I shared, I got a short of, saying that Chrisean, he welcomed her back with open arms into his house so she could get on her feet, because she was homeless, and so his baby can be stable, allegedly, because BlueFace don't know. He don't know like that, y'all, because he's not out here. Like I told y'all, he doesn't know the full scope of this whole picture. So so he said that, she was homeless or whatever, and that he offered her money so that she can be at home with her son, in hopes to getting him to the point where he can take his first steps on his second birthday. Bitch, we already knew that boy wasn't walking. And y'all, listen, we already knew that. We already knew. And we knew that BlueFace was going to be the one that was going to come out here and let us know what the deal is. And that's just a daggone snippet of, I'm sure, of what's to come when he finally gets out. And so y'all, so after he comes out and he says that, Chrisean, she wants to talk big trash, she wants to put these recordings out and talk about how, trying to say he was talking about his kids and this and that. Y'all, the girl's so damn dumb. She don't even realize that she was sounding dumb in the damn recordings. He was sounding like the sensible one. She was just trying to talk over him and trying to make it seem like it was something that it wasn't. She tried to make it seem like he was feeling a way because of who she was around or what they had been through. He's like, no, it's because of the child. So she says, talking about what he put Journey and Javon. Why are you, first of all, stop bringing up Journey and Javon. And then as soon as if Jaden even say anything about your baby, you claiming you already lied and said the girl came up by dissing you and your baby and this and that. So, but you bringing up her kids. Her kids ain't got nothing to do with that. So what he said was in this recording, she said, would you put Javon and Journey's genitals and vagina on the internet? And he said, yes, I would. So she starts talking over him. He said, yes, I would. If the mama, if their mom wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. And so, he said, you worrying about a reputation instead of worrying about the child. So, Chrisean, you made yourself look like a damn fool. You made yourself look like exactly what we all already know, is that you're a shit mom. You sitting there talking about, and even y'all, let me tell y'all something, y'all freaking dumbass other people that's commentating, trying to say, oh, he want control, and he want to do this. Are y'all freaking dumb? And y'all parents. I know plenty of women. Look, first of all, I have two of my best friends. Both of them had kids at all. They had kids, but then they ended up having another child after their 40s, right? Both of their kids are autistic. So, of course, they go through a lot as far as like having to have somebody to watch their child all the time, having to, deal with school, deal with, them having to get all the help that they need. And they both have jobs. Do you know what a blessing it is for somebody to be able to sit at home with their child and nurture their child and give their child everything that they need? Look, I was a stay-at-home mom for 7 years with my kids. All praise to the Most High. My husband, we was blessed enough that my husband could take care of us and I didn't have to work. Which I don't have to work now, but I do it because that's what I want to do. But I got to mold my kids. I got to nurture them. I got to be there for them. I got to raise them up. You feel what I'm saying? And plant all that seeds. They're my little flowers. And I put all the little good nutrients in their dirt and all that stuff for them to grow. What mother doesn't want to be there for their child? That's what lets me know right there that Chrisean, she and some people don't have a connection with their kids. They don't. Of course, you love your child, but there is a bit of resentment there. There is a bit of resentment there. And I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can say that girl love her son. She calls him little nigga. She says, it's just weird. Like the way she talk about him, it's not in a way that is, I don't know. Cause it can't even be about the thugged out or none of that. Cause Lord knows I was thugged out as I don't know what. I was a tomboy. But when I had my first child, baby, And then that's another thing too. I see some dummy put in the comment section on Hollywood Unlocked talking about is y'all slow? Because some kids don't walk until they 2. Are you kidding me? I told the person that was on there, I said, don't you got some windows to lick? Because you sound like you come from the freaking short bus. What child, if your child is not walking till they're 2 years old, that's clearly a red flag that your child is delayed. Children walk when they're before 1 or shortly after they turn 1. They start to walk. Even if it's like 14 months or so, they start to walk. My daughter, my oldest daughter, she started walking a week after she turned 1. And my youngest daughter, she started walking the week before she turned 10 months. So this before you turn 2, oh my God. Okay, but anyway, so she, now everybody's just on her. First of all, I don't understand why Chrisean thinks that she's going to have this lavish Twitch career. And I'm going to tell y'all why I don't think she's going to have this lavish Twitch career. Because she has no personality outside of about 15 minutes. She rambles on. She's not very articulate. She's doesn't have anything to talk about besides BlueFace. And so she doesn't want to anybody to see the baby or the real condition that the baby is in. So she really can't bring the baby on camera. That's why she kept saying, I'm not bringing him on camera. So what else is there for you to talk about, Chrisean? What else is there? And the girl keeps saying, see, I'm all over the place. See, this is why I have to do organized videos. But so anyway, so BlueFace was so they, went through all that. She was getting her hair done at the time. So then they get to the house now, and he's calling and calling. And I don't think that he knew that Chrisean had him on speakerphone a few times. Especially when he started going on this rant about whack and all of them. Okay, she was like, like trying to cut him off. Then she was on some BS telling me something. She know his headphones is not working. That's what she was muting him. That's what she was doing. She was muting him. So, excuse me. So, he said that he was complaining, y'all, literally because she had a whole bunch of people in his house. And so, she was saying how they was there to help her, yada, yada, yada. So then, like, she was basically trying to carry him. She was trying to carry him. And all he was really trying to say is that he doesn't want a performer. He doesn't want her as his co-star anymore. He wants her to be his girl, his woman, and to carry herself as such. But BlueFace, you are not going to get Jaden out of Chrisean. Because basically what you're trying to do is you're used to the woman that Jaden is, but you want that thug part, I guess, that toxic part that Chrisean has, and you're trying to put it together. You're trying to build a bitch right now. You're trying to build a BlueFace bitch. And it's not going to happen, bro. She's not Jaden. She's not. When Jaden had her kids, Jaden wasn't in the spotlight. She was taking care of her babies. Chrisean is for the streets. And that's just what it is. She wants that life. She likes that life. Or more so over her son. She loves that life. And she don't, and her coming to LA and hanging out with DJ Sky and all of them with her. Child, she a big liar too. But with DJ Sky and all that stuff, then she wanted that life. But y'all, so then he, the whole little parts I saw on Twitch, because I refuse. I look at the cliff notes because I refuse to get this child a follow, a subscription, anything. Okay, but so then I guess she was getting ready to go to Texas or whatever because she got her tooth done. I know that man, like, Lord have mercy. But she got her tooth done and she was on her way to Texas, I guess for this streamer prom or ball or whatever, right? And she was on the plane and she was saying, she was getting mad because people kept on asking her about the baby not walking. And she was saying how he was lying. Girl, he is not lying. And that was the whole point in the beginning when they first broke up. She was like, because he's going to say something evil about our son. And y'all, I just want y'all, because she know he was going to tell the business. This is what she was afraid of from the beginning. Y'all remember I did that video saying, what is Chrisean trying to get in front of? That's what she's trying to get in front of. So now it's out there. And girl, we don't believe you. We definitely believe BlueFace, because any first time mom, any second, third, fourth, fifth time mom, when you have a baby and your baby do new things and You know, because at the beginning, girl, you was telling us about the kind of milk he drink, all of the new stuff, how he be talking, cooing. You was telling us all of that, and then all of a sudden, you won't telling us nothing no more. So, no, we ain't trying to hear that. We ain't trying to hear that was a lie. That is not a lie. And I'm gonna end this video here. Cause I'm back, child. My job is back in the woods. Like, our main office is back in the woods. So I'm sorry, it's a truck in front of me. So when she was in the airport, y'all, she started to, she was like, yeah, cause he was begging me. He was begging me to come back, and then when I come back, then he want to put me through all of this, and I proved what he just mad because I proved to what he said, that he'll put his kids genitals and vagina on the internet. So she trying to make it seem like he said that he would just put the kid, that he don't have no problem with putting them on there, with posting their stuff on the internet. When he said if their mother wasn't doing what they were supposed to do, girl, he put that picture of Junior on the internet because Junior needed to have surgery and you weren't doing anything about it. So desperate times calls for desperate measures. And girl, I guess the man got desperate that he had to, that even Ronnie said the same thing. Can't nobody talk to you unless it's on the internet. That's the only way they can get your attention. So he did what he had to do to get your attention, to get your baby some help. Because shortly after that, that baby, you hurry up and got that baby got his surgery and all that stuff taken care of. You hurry up and did that. But y'all, at the same time, I don't feel sorry for BlueFace at all. I feel sorry for Carlissa and I feel sorry for Jaden. You know, I feel bad for them, but one thing I can say is I'm happy. Like, people like Carlissa need to be quiet. I'm glad Carlissa popping it, because somebody need to stick up for BlueFace, because BlueFace clearly something is going on. He is like something going on. He's vulnerable, and what's one thing that Chrisean kept saying that the bitch had a damn point, is that he's in a vulnerable state right now because he's in jail, and only thing he has to depend on is the people outside of jail, his support system. And girl, you keep on talking about he ain't had nobody but you, but you got mad every time he tried to deal with anybody. You didn't want him to deal with his mom. You didn't want him to deal with nobody. So you wanted to cut out his support system so that you could be the only person that he could lean on, so that you can say what you're saying right now, is that he didn't have nobody but you. But we all know that's bullshit, because we all know Carlissa damn tried her best to be there for her child. And we know that she would be there for her child just like she being there for her grandkids right now. So that whole narrative, yeah. But anyway, y'all, it's just never going to work. It's never going to work. It's a recipe for disaster. And I was listening to Bedroom Eyes this morning, and she said that, like, they're like freaking oil and water. They will never mix. They are not. They were in a situation. It was like a situationship. It was never love. It was always about status and trying to get that money, because y'all know that's why BlueFace was really dealing with her, because Chrisean could bring in that money. She was that bottom B. She's still that bottom B. But that's what it was about. And now that stuff is gone. And Chrisean kept on saying that in this video, when she was saying how he ruined everything. He ruined everything. He ruined their reputations of being together. Girl, BlueFace had a good reputation until he met you. We didn't know you before BlueFace. And what messed it up was your ass drinking and smoking while you was pregnant. And then you disabled this child, and now nobody fools with you. So my thing is, to BlueFace, if he wants to salvage what he has left of his career, he needs to leave this girl alone and co-parent. And that's just what it is. And usually I'm there. I'm all for, look at the little baby birds. I'm all for families being together. But that is not a good situation for a baby to be in, for a child to be in at all. At all. But anyway, I love you guys. I am here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, The Real Mrs. J. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.